All right. So, last time, a long time ago, you had been in a fight with creatures under the sea, of which you saved Dubrio Sundervale. And when you saved Dubrio, he gave you a poem, as well as involuntarily gave you his robot companion, as well as uh, a blue gem that could float in place. He explained that the gem came with the robot, and this robot seemed to have a mysterious origin that you would later find out was actually the library of the late pirate lord Hexbeard. Hunting down for this library, fighting through the Black Parade, you eventually made it into the swamplands of Susta, where you found the Randwick tree, creating a wall of fire tornadoes. You were able to hold it back and push forward through it, and then down into the depths, where you found the remnants of an ancient well of knowledge that has now been converted into this said library. In the library, all of the lights were out. Everything was powered down until you found a generator and managed to power back on the generator with its password. And once the generator was powered back on, you met all of the different Warforged who actually populated and worked in the library. There was Ptolemaeus, Eratos, Phenice, Nasir. I don't remember the bartender's name, and I didn't label him, so probably Diane or something, if I have to guess. But you talked with all the different people, explored the library, and found a lot of different knowledge, including but not limited to a book about the storm whale that you guys are hunting that might have some useful information if you were trying to track down its location. A book about long forgotten histories that seem to have some burn marks on the edges, where this book was probably saved from a book burning at one point. You found the Servalib, which Damien immediately, tucked that away. Our Christian boy. And Perlin, you found a mysterious, old tattered journal of Atlas Grondike II, or Atlas Grondike Jr. And reading through this journal, it was very interesting and insightful about the presence of some mysterious child. Anyway, after going through all that, you managed to snap some magic items away from Eratos, the museum curator, and eventually you found a key that allowed you to sneak your way into the personal study of the late Hexbeard. Upon entering the study, you were under the blue lights of his mysterious flames. You found a fire pit in the back. This fire pit seemed to have the sound of running water behind it, but and the base of it was wet. However, there seemed to be little else around. Roger and Bungus, you two were currently investigating the fire pit. The rest of you were looking around the room. Let me find the music. There. Yes, it is seawater. It's salty. And you guys would know you're pretty far inland at this point. Any questions? Sorry to throw you right back into a puzzle, but
Can Bungus do a check or something on it? Shit.
can Bungus do a... Bungus is very far away.
Yeah, I know. My fucking everything's not working tonight. I don't know what is going on.
Yeah, Bungus is a little closer.
Can I do like an Arcana check or something? Or...
Yeah, roll Arcana. Team. As you're poking around, you're not super familiar with a whole lot of different types of magic, but you do notice some runes around the edges of the fire pit. With an 18, you can't quite read the runes themselves, but you do kind of put together through context clues that there's either some way these runes turn the fire pit into some kind of teleporting thing, or there might be some kind of thing behind or beneath the fire pit that would open up with the activation of these runes, and then give you access to another room, potentially.
Bungus said. Seems like there's some sort of magic involving this. I don't know if it's teleportation, but... I'm unsure.
You're pretty sure, with an 18, Bungus is pretty sure it's not just turning the fire on and off. You feel like that would be a very simple rune, and there's a lot there, yeah.
There's a Rube Goldberg machine behind that turns the fucking...
There's a magical Rube Goldberg machine.
Yeah. It rains on a piece of toilet paper. The toilet paper breaks. Marbles fall down. I would say that this is my best guess is that you are correct.
All right. Okay. So you're just tilting all of the books, no question. You start. Yeah. So as you're tilting through the books, roll. Just dex. Just raw dex. Sleight of hand. Sleight of hand. It's good. As you're picking through the books, it takes you very little time. About like the 5th, 6th book you pull, you feel a lot of resistance as you start trying to pull it off the shelf. And as you pull it down, you feel a lever like kunk into place. With that, the wall on the back of the fireplace has this like curve to it that matches like a curve of a fireplace, and it starts kind of unfolding in a curved pattern. As it does, I need you and Bungus to roll dexterity saves.
Advantage.
All right.
get advantage because of my boots.
You do get advantage because of the boots, probably. That sounds accurate.
You gave me the boots.
I'm not.
I also, I think I get it innately from being a barbarian.
I have
4.
Look, if you guys were to lie to me on like every other check and be like, "Oh, I have advantage because of X, Y, and Z," I'm not gonna check you on it. I'm just gonna trust you. Anyway, Roger, Bungus, you managed to see what's coming and like immediately dash to the side. But Roger, as this wall begins to open, a wall of water like bursts forth and slams you into the ground. You're gonna take 10 points of bludgeoning damage as this force of water starts hosing you off onto the ground.
Is it like filling? Is it like...
After a moment or two, you do notice this water does not seem to be stopping, and the lower parts of the room are like starting to raise up.
I'm gonna go over there and push the book back up so we don't get flooded. We can play in the dark a little bit.
Sorry, so you're just gonna try to slam the book back into place?
Yeah.
All right. Roll another dex save.
I guess I get, yeah.
All right. A 22 will get it. You manage to slam the book back. The wall starts slowly closing, and the water doesn't recede, but stops, filling up the room. Yeah.
I just looked down at the wet cat on the floor. You found it out! Yes, but do we know where... Is it just a tunnel? Was it just a... Like, just it opens up on the other side? To the ocean? Or is it like a teleportation thing? Yeah, that's what I thought. I was like, there's no way. Hazard.
Do we see a drain?
Roll investigation. Anybody who wants to try to look for a drain. Just one person, though.
I don't have my character sheet up. But if someone else wants to roll, or I can pull it up.
You'll need
I
it.
think Perlin and
Yogu.
I was gonna say Nox. Thank you. Would be our best two.
All right, I'm rolling.
All right. As you look around, you do not see a drain.
All right.
Roger wrings out his tail.
Yogu was keeping watch at the door from what I remember.
Sorry.
I was gonna ask, after this commotion, does Yogu hear anything approaching or?
No.
Gotcha.
Just no. Doesn't feel like something you're gonna have to worry about for a little bit.
Okay.
As you're looking around, Roger, roll a perception check. You're splashing off and you're wringing out your tail and everything, and as you look down, you see a barrel fish like flopping on the ground in the like very shallow little less than an inch of water that is formed at the base of the floor that you're currently standing on. If you don't know what a barrel fish is, I suggest you look up what a picture of a barrel fish is. Or I can find one. I think they're called barrel fish. Let me make sure I said the right fish first. Hang on. Yeah.
Oh, are they the fish with like the eyeballs inside their head?
Yeah.
Cool.
All eyeballs are in their head.
Well, I mean like
Like,
in their head.
yeah, I got you.
I'm just looking at pictures. They seem pretty big. Yeah. I wasn't thinking this was that big of a fish because I mainly know it from Animal Crossing. So, but yeah, it's a sizable fish.
Yes, Roger. Oh, well, I think Yoga was pretty hungry. Thank you. Would Yoga know that?
Roll survival or animal handling.
I'll do. Well, they're both bonus, same bonus. I'll do
Yeah.
animal handling. That's a natural 20.
Okay.
Oh, Roger. Yogu is very well versed in the fish of the ocean. Yes, that is from the ocean.
With a nat 20, you know, not only is that from the ocean, that is a deep sea fish.
Is a deep sea fish, Roger.
That is pretty much only found at the bottom of the ocean.
Only found at the bottom of the ocean. So Yogu's not very smart, but Yogu can tell some things are not matching up with where we're at right now versus where this fish came from. Oh, no. Yoga will take care of that. Like Gollum eating the fish.
Gimli.
Like Gimli eating the fish. Very accurate.
Give it to Yogu.
Yogu
Raw.
likes it raw and wiggling.
And wriggling. I think a lot of you can.
Yogu can turn into something that can.
I know Nox can. Somebody else can.
I have Mariner's armor, which allows me to swim. It gives me a swim speed. It does not allow me to breathe water.
Yeah, Nox can breathe underwater. I could have sworn multiple people could breathe underwater at this point.
I can cast water breathing.
Yes.
Not right now, but I'd have to prepare it to cast it.
You didn't expect us to have to breathe underwater today, Yogu?
Well, Yogu usually expects the unexpected, but Yogu's game is off.
I
That's
could have
very good.
sworn 4 of you had the option to breathe underwater at any given point. Just throwing that out there. But now that I'm looking through the magic items, I'm remembering, oh, you didn't buy the armor that would have let you do that.
You know, Yogu, I'm giving you a
Yes.
pass on the preparation. It feels like this library's done some crazy things to our brains. It feels like it's been months since we've really done anything.
Yogu totally understands what you're saying, Damien. Yogu was just so hungry for just out of nowhere. Very unusual.
Uh, Damien,
Yes.
Nox is looking through the desk, and Nox finds. Yeah, Nox is not here.
What'd you say, Damien?
Damien, roll a perception.
Perception starts with P.
I guess I should have said investigation, but perception's good enough. Damien, as you're looking around, you notice You notice a couple of scuffs and footprints that seem to be left on this rug. Even though the rug's underwater, you can still see, clearly see it was scuffed up and had some pretty sizable footprints on it before.
Where at?
Right here-ish.
So, almost going into this wall?
You see that it was going, towards the desk, towards the fire pit. You also see a couple of books knocked off a shelf, and just general signs that there may have been a struggle here at one point.
Wait, so the scuffs I'm seeing over here, but they're going towards the desk here.
You're seeing them, but they have the direction of the feet in the footprint you're seeing goes towards the desk, and there's not
but
too
it's coming
much
away from the wall.
You see books that have been knocked over, kind of in a path. It's pretty subtle, but as if somebody just bumped into the bookshelf or was knocked into the bookshelf, and some of the books just fell over, but didn't necessarily fall off the bookshelf.
Which bookshelf does it look like the footprints are coming from?
The one in the center.
Weird. It looks like a footprints coming from the center shelf. Coming out. I assume also going too in a way, but how would you open that? Can I touch this blue glowy rock?
You can touch the blue glowy rock.
I do that.
Oh, the one in the center.
Yeah.
I wouldn't hardly call that one glowy, but
It's blue.
It is blue. But there is another blue glowy orb over here and on the walls. But yeah, those are lamps. So
and those aren't on the bookshelf.
Those aren't on the bookshelf. As you touch the blue glowy orb, seems like a cool orb. You see some magical patterns in it.
What else is on this bookshelf?
As you're searching through, there are a couple of small little what are they called? Little diagrams you build, prototype diagrams you would build of things, but you can clearly see one of the heart-shaped box.
Grab the heart-shaped box one.
You grab the heart-shaped box, and you're holding.
Oh, are you
this.
talking it's almost like a miniaturized version of it?
Yeah, it's like a mini submarine version of your submarine.
I thought you meant it was like a schematic, but you mean it's yeah. Well, especially if we put it inside the bottle, we'd have a little ship inside the ship, and inside the bottle, it'd be.
Don't say.
Well, you would use like one of them little things that the jewelers use. A magnifying glass, I assume. I've heard it both ways. Is it called a loop, though? Fair.
Hmm.
Oh, like a dentist's loop. It's pretty cool. Hmm.
Oh, they're not leading out of. So it looks like they just like walked past the case. It looks like it looks. Let me be as clear as I can. It looks like there may have been somebody who was chased through this room, and that chase seems to have gone towards the fireplace.
That's the impression I was under as well.
Yeah, I realize that I probably worded it in that way.
Yogu can solve that problem, but we would have to wait 8 hours for. Yogu could do that too, but Yogu would have to wait 8 hours before he could do that.
Is it because you don't want to get a crit? What did you say?
Look, Yogu's in this place of knowledge and learning. Yogu doesn't like either of those things. Yogu's off his game.
Yogu was expecting books, not wet.
Yes. No one will let Yogu eat the books. That means they have to be tasty, right?
That tracks.
Yogu could control the water and cast water breathing, but he will need to finish a long rest to prepare those spells.
Yogu just starts taking a nap in the corner.
Yogu take a nap right here.
Just falls asleep.
It doesn't seem like it's getting any. It does not seem like it's getting any higher. So long as the thing is closed, doesn't seem like the water level is raising after about 5-10 minutes. It's not going away.
Can you tell me about the pentagrams all throughout the room?
As you look around, there do seem to be like alchemical diagrams and all kinds of different schematics or whatever. Damon, you also find a sketchbook of Daedalus's. It's got a bunch of different inventions in it. You see prototypes for like Ptolemaeus and the other Warforged. You find the schematics of the heart-shaped box, complete with like a detailed note section of all the different cool features it has. A couple you didn't even know about.
Can't read this. I'm going to give this to Nox.
You also scroll through and you find a bunch of drawings of a fire ganassi woman.
I'm going to give these to Nox. He'll know what to do with them.
Nox looks at it and says, "I don't want your smut."
More from me, I guess.
It is a woman.
Maybe you can appreciate art when he sees it.
Is the plan currently to just let Yogu sleep? Jesse, you're muted, maybe? Can anybody else hear him? Is it
I
just
I
hear
me?
can hear Jesse.
I
Oh,
hear
fuck,
Jesse.
what the hell?
This is you.
Yeah, we can hear you, Jesse.
Quentin can't hear you.
No, I just accidentally held down on this.
Boo!
Mend my volume. Oops. That book was titled The Traveler's Handbook.
Of course. Something about a wall, maybe?
Hmm. Yes. You can roll investigation on it.
Oh, Bungus will get out of you.
As you're peeking through the bookshelf, the notes on the bookshelf, it seems to mostly be Yoku loudly snores in the corner. It seems to mostly be more sketchbooks, more schematics. A lot of them aren't even from Daedalus, though. A lot of them are much older than that. But you don't see anything that necessarily pertains to the fireplace. Just the Traveler's Handbook.
Did the runes, like, on the outside activate? Did they, like... Yeah. I'm wondering if we're missing, like... Yeah, like...
As you opened it and closed it, the runes on the outside did glow.
Damn.
Yeah, you can do that. As you try to pull around the book doesn't seem like an actual book. It just seems like a kind of a piece of wood with book, like an outer shell of a book taped around it. Yeah.
Do we? Maybe the books are waterproof.
Um, as you toss it into the water, it does seem to get waterlogged and damaged, just as any normal book would.
Well, it could just be that one. Do another one.
The second book also gets damaged.
There's a confirmation bias in its truest form. Keep going.
Really wish Nox was here. Really wish Nox was here.
Nox is just a mindless husk in the corner. Waiting.
Nox is just completely turn the brain off. He is currently reading Von Baron's journal. He is currently taking this moment to like finish reading through Von Baron's journal that he had found in the previous session. Because he also found Von Baron's coat and is currently wearing Von Baron's coat in the last session.
Ooh. I actually might.
Has Perlin had control water the whole time?
No, but I have something that can make ice, I think. My character sheet won't load, it's just spinning. I'll X out of it.
I'll be right back. I'm going to grab another drink. But
Alright, cool.
you guys discuss your strategy. I will say, I feel like I've given you most of the pieces of this, so... No, I don't know if you're just dumb. I'm like questioning if I, you know... But anyway, I'll grab another drink.
I'm getting there.
Van Buren's not Hexbeard. It's his second mate, I think.
Alright, I'm good.
That's a pretty good idea. Well, you know, I think it's better than throwing books into the puddle. No, it wasn't.
I don't know.
It seems like it was just a thing you were doing.
Was that a sentence? What did you just say?
You heard him.
I genuinely didn't.
Did he stutter?
It sounded like you slurred.
Look, just because I had a few drinks doesn't mean I'm slurring my speech.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I'm going to, oh, sorry. You? Hold on. I want to read the text on Wall of Ice real quick.
What are the ideas? So Wall of Ice is one idea. Just push Nox through? Okay.
Didn't that poem say something about his fireside, and maybe we need to hold up the drawing of the Fire Ganassi lady and use it to go through the fireplace? Not a bad idea. Is there a slot?
No, there is not.
So
Perlin,
it's
Perlin-
a fireplace, right?
roll Arcana. I want you to look at
Fireplace.
the runes and roll Arcana.
So many nat 20s tonight.
There's a lot of nat 20s. Well, everyone else has made up that deficit. Perlin, as you guys are trying to figure this out, you start looking through the runes on the fireplace. You notice that you're able to read them. They're a little weird, maybe more advanced or less advanced, maybe an older script than you're used to. But reading through them, you don't see anything on these runes that would have anything to do with water. Or creating the water. You are getting the sense that the water is not magical in nature.
That's interesting. That makes me feel better about trying to block it off with something like Wall of Ice. If we're just playing by the normal rules of physics here. Yes.
You know what we should do? We should
What?
go back upstairs, get the submarine, and take the submarine through the water hole.
I could make
You do have little submarine pods.
an ice submarine, but it would float.
One more thing about the Arcana thing that you were reading. You don't get the sense that this was specifically creating a destination out of the doorway. You get the sense that it seems to be a secret door to another room.
So the room's filled with water.
The other room does seem to be filled with water.
Do you know how tall that other room is?
You wouldn't be sure.
Okay.
Just what you would get from what these runes do. You get the sense that these runes pretty much exist to move a complex magical mechanism that would open a false back wall.
Okay.
So
when it
then
opens
let you
up,
into a different room. It's not creating a portal or anything. It's just opening a door to another room.
Do you have Find Familiar?
You could find a familiar and
do I?
pufferfish or something.
I don't think I do.
If you want to if we want to know what's like in the water hole, I mean, Yogu can go and scout. Maybe there's a drain lever or something.
Nox can also go. Yeah,
Nox could also go.
because Nox can breathe.
Yeah. Yogu will be quick.
Let's look on the wording of those bracelets just to make sure there's nothing that's how often that can be used. Okay, so we've really got 2 shots at it.
How do you use the bracelet? What's the
Bonus
trigger?
action.
Do you have to say something?
Is
think-
it attunement?
I don't believe so. I believe it is. I think
Was
it's.
that legal?
Is that
I don't see
legal?
requires attunement. No, it doesn't.
I think it follows Ben 10 watch rules. You have to slap your wrist, and you just swap places with the other person.
All right, so I should turn.
What's the
into
Ben
something
10
with
catchphrase?
It's hero time.
It's hero
Morbid
time.
time.
It's
It's
Morbin
Morbin
time.
time. It's Morbin time.
But yeah, Yogu can go. He can turn into a fish or some other water-breathing creature and scout out, see what's going on.
Right. I would make the recommendation that you put the other bracelet on Nox, because Nox has the scarf that lets him breathe underwater.
Does the scarf require attunement?
I think it does. It does require attunement, the
Okay.
giant eel scarf. Okay, roll sleight of hand. Okay, so are we going to be loud again today?
Acer says it's Morbin time.
It is morbing time.
It is Morbin time. Nox is buried deep into this book from Von Baron. Which I did have something important from this book that Nox was supposed to learn, and waiting for Nox. Wanted everybody here for a reason. But anyway. You slap the bracelet on Nox. What are you doing now? Is it go time?
I think it might be go time.
Are we gonna pull the trigger, Piglet?
We're pulling the trigger. So I guess while we're preparing to open the fireplace, Yogu wants to finish off the little bit of barrel fish that he saved.
Oh, honey, there was no barrel fish left. That was like over 10 minutes ago. Yogu like unhinged his jaw and just like
he swallowed it like a pelican.
Nice.
And then I guess whenever we're ready to open, Yogu wants to transform into a water elemental.
that. Wait, water elementals? Tide Pod guy from College Humor, yeah.
I fucking love the CEO videos.
They're
I've been like,
so good.
I binged them all week. I'm gonna have to send you another video of theirs.
God
I saw.
damn it. I think I'm back. Am I stuttery and gross?
No, you're
Is
fine.
anybody able to hear Quentin? I can't.
I was able to hear you.
You can't hear him either. That's weird.
Yeah. What? I'm confused. What's happened? I can hear everybody.
I'm pretty sure they're gaslighting me, but I don't know. He's giggling too much. I know he's gaslighting. Also, Jesse's either frozen or doing the most stoic fucking What the fuck is happening? Just open the wall. I'm gonna drown all of you. The wall of water goes in. Everybody drowns. End of campaign.
Yogu transforms into. Yes.
And then
Yoga
we
will-
started talking about the Tide Pod guy from College Humor.
Pull the lever, Roger.
All right. As you pull the lever, the back wall starts rotating out again, and water starts bursting forth through this opening.
All right, Yogu transforms into a water elemental, and he wants to like, I don't know, morph his body into almost like into the shape of the hole or wherever the water's pouring from, and then just like shoot himself through.
You manage to slip through as quickly as you can, in like a clean motion. You're right behind him. What? You close it. You close it as soon as you see Yogu's watery legs get through. Yogu, I'm not going to change your token,
That's fine.
but now I gotta zoom out.
I'm a water
Maybe.
elemental in our headcanon.
You're going very south.
Oh, yes, it is very south. Oh, no.
All right, Yogu.
Yogu sees what he sees. But does Yogu understand it?
Is Yogu gone? Where is Yogu?
Yogu's here. I see him.
Oh my god, Lair. GM Lair. What the fuck? No, not GM Lair. No, fucking balls. What the hell? GM Lair. Fucking Lair. Map Lair. There we go. Fuck. Why was that on the wrong layer? Okay.
Yoga wants to look at all of these weird. Are they portals? What are they?
Yogu. You are peeking through. As you enter into the area, you see a dark staircase leading downward. You manage to you go down the staircase, and as you get to the bottom, you enter a room with 7 portals. At least not portals, but 7 different archways that seem like they would have had portals on them before. Each one has this large button on the side, and one of them is open.
Which one?
The blue one. The blue one to your right. That one, yeah. One of them is open, and as you peek through the portal that is open, you see
You're gonna burn yourself, Jesse.
You're gonna burn yourself! Jesse, don't burn yourself!
Yourself.
And shit on what? I thought you said I have a habit of immediately digging into my food and then just, the gates, they're just open.
It's like when you drink coffee in the morning.
Great. Every time.
But Yogu, as you peek through this portal, you see something very familiar to you.
Okay.
It's rotted and distorted, but you recognize it from this angle. You see the ship of Hexbeard, who I did not name for some reason. I gave it a name at one point, I just don't remember the name anymore. But you see the ship of Hexbeard laying at the bottom of the ocean, and this portal seems to be in the place that his captain's quarters would have been on the ship.
Okay.
Jesse said something, but he's muted.
Hexbeard ship. Yoga wants to stick his head like out of the portal or like back into the room where he's at right now. His view is.
Yep.
And you said there was like a button?
There is a button to the side. There's a button to the side of every single one of these portals in the room.
Yoga wants to press the button on the water portal.
You press the button,
yeah.
Portal closes.
Yoga wants to walk up to the... Ooh, what color should I pick? How How many other? 1, 2.
Hang on, let me get my sheet up. Hang
1,
on.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
There are 6 other colors.
The very bottom one, this one.
The orange one?
Yeah. Yoga wants to walk up to it and press the button.
As you press the button, I'm just going to name them directions. South. As you press the button, all of the water in the room starts, like, you feel it sucking you out.
Oh shit, can I hold on to something so I don't get sucked into this portal?
Roll a... either Constitution or Dexterity save.
Let me double check a water elemental's stats. You said Constitution or Dexterity?
Yep.
I'm gonna do Constitution. I got a +4 to that in this form. Yeah, 12. Not great.
You, as you open this portal, like a light, a blinding light, like fills the room for a second, and you feel all of the water start like sucking very hard into that direction. You try to ground yourself with your water elemental feet, but you get thrown out, and you splash down onto some rocks outside. As you stand up and look around, you are on a beach in Fireside.
Oh shit. Okay.
The water is like it's still rushing out and gushing out, but as you look behind you, you can see where it's coming out from, but it just looks like a rock from this side.
Huh. Okay. Interesting. I guess Yogi's still in his water elemental form. He's gonna wait for like all the water to finish pouring out of that room. And I guess whenever that's finished, he wants to approach where the water was pouring out of and try and stick his watery hand through.
It takes it's a lot of water. It takes like 2 minutes for this water to like completely drain from this room, but eventually the flow starts to slow and starts to just drip out of this rock. You don't notice anyone immediately around, so you just dip your water elemental hand back through and you feel the rock. You don't feel the rock at all. Like, it's just not solid at all, and you can slip right through.
Oh, an illusionary rock.
You are back into the room, and the room is now drained, and I can delete the layer with the water.
Perfect. Yogu wants to close that portal that he just opened.
All right. You close it.
And then he wants to walk back towards the stairs to let everyone know that the room's drained. But before he does, he wants to open another random portal and see what's in it. He's gonna open this one right here.
You pop open the west portal. You pop open the west portal, and as you do, you see a room that seems beyond Yogu's comprehension when he first looks at it. There are, even more so than the entirety of the library, the room it reminds you the most of is the workshop you were temporarily in that had like the thing that electrocuted you. But it's leagues more complicated with all kinds of whirring and buzzing going about. But there's nothing there, and there's a large open area that has like water in it. You're really not sure what's going on with this room, though. Yogu would not be sure what's going on in this room.
Well, Yogu, he wants to transform back into his lizard man form.
All right.
He'll just leave that portal open, and then he'll head back to the rest of the group. And I guess he'll knock on the back side of the fireplace as loudly as he can. And he's going to shout, "Yogu has done it! Yogu has drained the room. Yogu has found many things he wishes to share.
You beat on the wall. Everyone on the other side, you still don't hear anything. You're just kind of... At this point, Yogu's probably been gone for about 5-10 minutes.
Do we see anything?
You don't see anything.
What are you gonna do with the bracelet, though? I see nothing wrong with this plan. Let's go. 3, 2, 1. Pull the lever.
As soon as he pulls the lever, you're just like, wait, no, Damien! You slap Nox's bracelet. Nox flies out. Yogu, you are suddenly standing in the room with everybody else.
Is Yogu? I imagine Yogu's still like in that knocking motion.
Yeah, Yogu, as you get teleported in, you just start knocking on Roger's head.
He goes, Yogu has found... Oh, hi, Roger. Yogu hugs Roger back. He says, look, I found many interesting things, many holes. Holes that lead many places. No, Yogu is fine. Well, he fell, but he's fine. But he's found a Hexbeard ship. That was from Hexbeard's ship. Yes, it is all gone. Yogu drained it.
Nox is just coming up the stairs.
You didn't even know the water was drained. Oh, I guess Nox can.
Yeah, so Nox comes up the stairs and crawls out of the fire pit, and just immediately has his fucking arcane ballista ready aimed at Roger. One day,
as he puts the gun away. But yes, come friends, come. Yogu must show you what he has found.
I follow Yogu.
Alright. Everybody, as you walk through the hole, you find the last room of the library. I need to grab everybody's tokens. I hate how big this stupid map is. Okay, I think everybody should be in the bounds there. Yeah, so now everybody is in this room. Yogu, you had opened the door to the west.
Yeah, that one's still open.
Mm-hmm.
Says, look, Yogu found that if you just press the button beside each of these holes, a place opens. It was that one, Yogu points at the northeastern portal.
Northeast portal. Do not open. Fungus got it. I'll walk away.
Yogu says, this one here led to a beach off of Fireside. That one leads to a room of machinations that Yogu does not care too much for, but Yogu does not know where the others go to.
Sure.
Yeah, let me label that one. As you open that one, you see that you're in kind of a little, almost kind of like a broom closet or something. You're not really sure where you're at, but it's You seem to be in some kind of closet. Yeah, there's another door on the other side. I'm just giving you the option of like, I don't want to mess with this one, or you listen for a minute. You listen. You hear a bird chirp. And you hear kind of like the pitter-patter footsteps of maybe a squirrel or something. As you open the door, you seem to be in this abandoned workshop. There's a bunch of little machinations, and as Nox sees this, Nox would recognize this as Von Baron's workshop in Oldcaster, at least on the outskirts of the town.
Does Nox see it?
Nox would see it, but Nox isn't here, so Nox was important. I miss Nox.
Is the western one open?
The west has been opened. The west was the room of machinations that you have yet to really find out about.
Would we rather just get them all open or what? All right. What other directions are closed still? Okay, let's do southwest then.
Okay, southwest, northeast. Which one's southwest? Hang on. No, I meant on my
Oh, yeah.
my thing. They all have locations. Location for all of
Old's back. He's back from the
Back.
B room.
yeah.
Back from the B room.
Hang on, sorry. I have to type all this. Okay, so that one goes to some kind. So as you open this up, you seem to be in another closet-like area, but this seems a bit fancier or more upper class. As you, if you peek through, you do hear people on the other side of this one, though. If you peek through, you would see there were a giant-ass spider outside of my window. Cool. There are... You hear them speaking in Infernal, if you listen. That is for the red one.
We want to try southeast? I'm just going to say yes.
All right. You pop open the southeast one. All right, hang on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, yeah. You pop open the southeast one, and you see a little alleyway. And as you pop into this alleyway, you immediately get inundated by a very familiar smell of fish.
Fish.
Like, not a good smell of fish, really bad fishy smell, but it like distinctly hits a spot in your memory. It smells kind of like Archel.
That where our first session was?
Mhm.
I was thinking fish ale.
The fish ale.
Go on, buddy.
Did anybody read chapter 3, by the way?
I haven't yet.
Oh, I did. Yeah, I saw the Magna Direwar ship.
The
Would you
Magna
please stop?
Direwar.
Would you please stop holding my hand? No.
Yeah, that one's cute. But I was just curious if anybody had read that one yet. But
I did.
and the last one. Last one, I blah blah blah. It seems to lead to a town that is in mainland Agria.
How can we tell?
You see the Agrian flag, and you just you would know from the dialect and accent.
Fair enough. Are these? Does it seem like these are actual portals to places, or is this like almost a looking glass?
These seem to be actual portals. You can walk through them.
Hmm.
If you were to squat in this library, you now have access to pop around 7 different points in the world, given at will.
Does can I just put a hand through a portal?
You put a hand through a portal.
Uh-huh.
And
I'm just curious, like,
Yogo has told you that he's already been through.
right. I'm curious about the return trip. Like, why do people not just come back through these portals? Like, how hidden are these?
They do seem so.
I mean, Yoga would say that the southern portal was hidden by an illusionary rock.
That makes sense.
Maybe the other portals are hidden in similar manners.
And you also know that they were all closed when you walked in, so maybe they close and open to hide them. You can't see them on the other side.
The tracks.
Yeah.
So right now, people can see all of these open. In theory.
People could potentially walk through them, but you feel like if you pop your head through, it just kind of looks like you're poking through a wall or a rock or just something in the. Yeah, it doesn't look like there's a portal there. You can't see through the portal. Yeah.
I'm pretty torn. The blue one leads to Hexbeard's ship.
Yeah, so.
Well, it seems like that one makes the most sense. Well, that's fair. What's with this statue?
That seems to be a statue of. Say it's Daedalus. He's a very vain man now.
Cool. Does the statue look like it pivots? I'm curious what happens.
The statue does not look like it pivots.
Okay. What's the pink one again? Is that lead us to
That leaves you to the middle of Agria.
Yeah, I don't care. You can go ahead.
does any of these seem like it leads us to the Wugon Temple or closer to the Wugon Temple to deal with the fact that
the closest to the Wolgon Temple are going to be you have a portal to Archel and you have a portal to Olcaster.
Does it seem like there's any rhyme or reason to these portals?
You get the sense. Yeah, you get the sense that every single one of these are places that would have been frequently visited by Hexbeard.
That's fine. But is there a rhyme or reason to their position and their color?
There was when I first planned this, but hastily trying to remember which one correlated to what, that probably got messed up a bit.
Totally fair. Just making sure. Okay, I want to Okay, so got Blackbeard ship, Hexbeard ship.
You've got the sunken ship of Hexbeard, yes, that is currently in the fucking abyss, the bottom of the ocean. If you ever need to go to the bottom of the ocean for any reasons.
Yeah, like if
Which
there
we
was some
do.
sort of demon thing imprisoned at the bottom of the ocean.
But don't we still need to find a way to get the whales?
You do need to hunt down the whale.
To get
the Bonnie ship, the Diamond, goes a fishing for the whale.
We need its bone or its tooth or something?
You need its
tooth.
Okay, that's a good place to.
I'm just gonna go ahead and spit this out. Nobody's questioned what the West portal is.
Oh, the giant workshop.
Yeah, everybody just.
Well, Yogu ignored it because Yogu doesn't like stuff like that. So
Yeah,
he left it open.
That's more of a thing that Nox would be interested in, and Nox seems busy.
Roger, roll a insight check. Perlin, roll an insight check. Perlin.
The dice have told us what story they want to tell.
Okay.
Spoken.
Perlin, as you're peeking through this portal into what seems to be a very large workshop, there is a curiosity that there already was a small workshop in the library itself. Why would there need to be a bigger workshop?
Why would there need to be a bigger workshop? Oh, yeah, that makes sense.
A dick.
But it spelled like was. Yeah. This is why Ptolemaeus did not want to let you in.
There he is.
Woo!
Oh!
It's the boy. We found a room full of portals that go to different places.
Nox, you have spent the entire past, 2 hours ass deep in this journal of Von Baron's, and you did get forcibly teleported into a room by Roger and threatened him with your fire ballista. I'm pretty sure Nox still hasn't said anything. I'm pretty sure he's not.
He's still ass deep in the
Yeah.
book.
Yeah, he's still reading. Anyway, as you, if you guys look into the workshop, is that what you're doing?
Sure.
Yes, I look up from my book.
All right.
I'm angry because I cannot see the map.
You.
I found it.
Okay. But Nox, you've been reading a journal about. You've been reading Von Baron's journal and learning a lot about the inventions and his takes on the inventions. At one point, important things. One of these portals leads to the building that you used to work at with Von Baron. And the back of that portal is the small room that Von Baron used to go into to say that he was working on the heart-shaped box.
Yeah, can I go in there?
You go in, that's the simple one, but you have found a giant workshop that seems to have it's a giant ship dock, essentially, or shipyard, essentially, that like a magical shipyard is what you have found on the other end of the west portal.
Sounds right to me. Or that sounds right to Yogu.
Nox, roll an investigation check as you pop through that portal and just kind of get to enjoy this area that Von Baron had basically kept secret from you, and you're really excited to.
Basket all in.
Yeah.
Damn, low roll.
Not too bad, though. As you're poking through, you see a lot of blue gems, very similar to the floating one that you had seen before. And you find a blueprint labeled Project Icarus.
Shit, that's the project, guys.
Wasn't that the password too?
That was the password. You were correct.
As you look through Nox, roll. What would be to try to read schematics? Arcana / Nox does, so just lower DC. But roll me a second investigation check to just see if you can understand this. There's a lot of technical specifics that you're not getting, but skimming through, you're starting to see how some of the things you had read earlier suggested that the heart-shaped box wasn't quite finished. You're starting to see what the final detail that the heart-shaped box was intended to have, and it is the power of flight.
Oh, hell yeah.
Why are you shaking your head at me?
That's what I love to hear.
You get the sense that this is where the heart-shaped box was built, and Maybe you could enlist the help of some of those Warforged. Could probably spend about 2-3 weeks and try to finish off these very last production, additions. Installing these giant blue gems into the places on the heart-shaped box that they were intended to go that never quite got finished.
Yeah, but you have to wonder if this is going to make us very easy to hunt down as well.
By whom? The whale? Or by other people?
Is it Kensington? Is it Kenzie hunting us down in some capacity, or trying to? Unsuccessfully, I might add.
He sent assassins after you. He didn't do it himself. He never had an I'll do it myself moment.
That's fair. I rescind my question, and I'm going to go back to read my muscle magazine.
Doesn't he have wings?
He has a destruction laser.
Does it?
We have it all
Reading around with a 16, you feel like this thing can go like how high do jets fly? Like 30,000 feet? Yeah, 30,000 feet. Tops.
Spelljammer campaign.
Look, you guys wanted a flying ship like
I did. I've wanted this since
25
the start.
sessions ago.
I've wanted
and I
this
was
since the
like, you guys are
start.
gonna work for it.
All right, well, let's get to working. You're reading the dexterity manual.
You also. So, you also realize you need to get the heart-shaped box down here to work on. Yeah, but now you have to like run all the way back up, get up the tree.
Are there any plants down here? There we go.
Can you cast that spell today?
Yogu would need to rest for 8 hours before he
Yogu, run me through a list. What spells do you have?
Well, Yogu can speak with plants. Yogu
Perfect.
He can summon a wall of thorns. He can summon an insect plague. He can polymorph something. He can summon giant insects. He can call lightning to spell magic. Pass without trace, healing, and large reduce. Speak with animals, healing word, and entangle.
I rescind my complaint, Yogu. Those are all fantastic spells.
But if Yogu knew that he should take more utility spells, he would absolutely done so.
What spell do we need?
Teleport. Yeah.
It was only gonna save us like a couple hours though, when we were gonna have to like probably fly back is the thing. What bluestone? Pretty sure it was Nox.
Did I?
Yeah. I don't know.
I have the back.
Floating.
What is it in the back? Yeah.
No, we have a
Oh,
bag of
bag of holding.
devouring.
I thought we had both.
We do have both. It's actually the bag of devouring. He doesn't know.
You hand him the bag of devouring instead.
I actually don't know who has that.
I have the bag of devouring.
That would be fucking
That would be
amazing.
funny.
You pull
Yeah,
out both
I
bags.
handed the
Which
bag of
one's
holding.
which? Yoku was.
Alright, so I should hand you the bag of devouring is what I'm hearing. If I had it, this would have been a perfect time.
I want this so bad that I'm saying Nox has the bag of devouring.
DM said it's my turn with the bag of devouring.
Roll a strength check, Roger.
Uh-oh.
Kills bag of devouring.
Yeah, I gotta read the bag of devouring now. No. We don't roll a strength check. We just roll a D2.
To eat or not to eat.
Yeah. /R 1D2. Ooh.
Did he get 8?
He got that. Roger, as you shove your hand, your whole body is just into the bag.
What?
Was that supposed to happen? Yogu says. Yogu doesn't remember that happening.
All right. Roger, you can use your action to make a DC 15 strength check to try to escape. And someone else can try to pull you out with a DC 20 strength check.
Oh.
Alright, I'm tagging in here.
Damn.
Whoa. We almost killed Roger. We almost off-screened Roger. And also for divine smiting him last session. Okay.
You know, that one's fine. Me getting thrown into a portal with the ropes, probably not fun.
All right. You see, so as he dives in, you see Roger's hands like try to reach out of the bag and grab the edges, but get sucked back down. But Damien, you instinctively grab down into the bag and you grab both of Roger's wrists and manage to just thrust him out. Roger, you hit the floor and you are heaving and like quivering. You have seen the belly of the beast, unfathomable horrors.
I'm sorry, I thought that bag said H, not D. My bad. Imagine there's just a big D engraved on the leather.
It's definitely a bag of dolding.
Yoga wants to comfort Roger. It's okay, the
I
bag
grabbed my
can't hurt you
magical
anymore.
pen and write
The bag's
D
not real, it
on
can't
that one.
hurt you.
The bag is not real, Roger. It cannot hurt you.
I marked the bag.
What bag, Roger?
I hand him the bag of holding now.
Look, Roger, it can't hurt you. See? Yoga can reach into the
I
bag.
think Roger is like traumatized to the point where Roger's like, I'm never reaching in another bag in my goddamn life.
Here, Yoga will do it. See, it won't hurt Yoga. Yoga reaches in and pulls out the blue stone.
Yoga pulls out the blue stone, and
See?
it is right there.
The bag didn't hurt.
How did you get sucked in?
There's just a 50% chance I rolled the 1.
Sure, Yogu can do that. Yogu focuses on the rock and throws it in the air.
I will just say, last session, Ptolemaeus did offer to send a crew up to go retrieve your crew and your ship, and you were like, nah.
Does that offer still stand?
We don't trust technology.
Eratos. Or Eratos, yeah. Yeah, there's Eratos and Phoenice, so together they're Aristophanes.
Are any of them named Phineas and Ferb?
No, none
Other
of them.
great inventors of their time.
Honestly, in the next generation, there will probably be one named Ferb now, but no, there is not a current Ferb.
James on Ferb for the next campaign.
Yogu chucks the rock in the air. The rock stays at the highest point of its arc and is
Yogu
glowing.
did it. See,
And
look,
it's like the
just
fucking,
floating.
it's like the balloon that you've just like let go in the warehouse, and you're just like, shit, that's just there now.
See, Yogu did it. It's floating.
You're not in. I thought you guys were in the warehouse or the workshop.
Oh.
Yeah, so it's like I've been assuming you guys have been in the warehouse the whole time. Yeah,
How high up is it?
it's probably like 30 feet to the ceiling.
Fungus jumps up there with his boots.
Fungus is so excited to use his fucking boots.
Those boots are so stupid OP. I need to get better about using them.
Can you really jump 30 feet with them?
I can jump 90.
Up?
Hold
I
on.
thought that was just across.
No, okay, wait. I can jump 120 feet in any direction.
Including up. Oh shit, those boots are broken.
Question. Since we're talking about this, would that be enhanced with something such as Step of the Wind?
Or
the
jump.
jump spell,
Yeah.
which Yogu has. Not prepared, of course. He would have to long rest.
I am going to give a hard you can't go beyond what the boots are given. The boots essentially already have those spells in them, so casting the spell is moot.
I'm going. So here's the reading of Step of the Wind.
Oh,
You can
God.
spend 1 key point to take the disengage or dash action as a bonus action on your turn, and your jump distance is doubled for the turn. I think
Oh my God.
Bungus Raw can jump 240 feet currently.
I'm like
Rye.
I'm just like leaping around.
Just Hulk jump.
Hulk not
And,
fly. Hulk jump really far.
and this stacks with what Quentin was talking about, or he sent a meme about earlier, where you can reduce your fall damage to 0 and
Oh
just
my
like
god.
straight drop kick a dude from 240 feet, which you drop within 1 turn.
Give him the people's elbow from orbit.
Fungus. I guess if you cast jump, what does that do? Does jump double the
It
distance again?
triples.
Triple.
Yes.
All
So
three.
240. Alex Echo, what's
720.
240 times 3?
It's like I got this guy's fucking shoots up.
Oh my.
Okay, so you can like fucking people's elbow somebody from 720 feet in the air. I suppose this is a possible setup.
He like yeah.
I'm 6, and it's already 120.
But does he get fall damage on the way down?
There has to be a way to increase this jump.
Slow fall is at level 4
on
monk.
top of that.
Can we stop? I'm like, hey guys, here's a flying ship, and you're like, these fucking boots from like.
I
So
want him to
it's
like
Literally jump on and jump off of the boat.
I want
Not
him
at
to catch on.
30,000 feet, you can't.
I wanted to elbow drop someone during
Not at
re-entry.
cruising altitude, baby.
Low pass. I'm like, fucking. Just
I do want to rescind something real quick. With the monk's slow fall, it's you reduce falling damage you take by an amount equal to 5 times your monk level.
yes.
But Perlin can cast slow fall.
That
I've always interpreted slow fall as you slow down the second you are about to hit.
Yeah. Well, I think it does cap your fall speed, but
Okay.
it also like stops you right before you hit the ground.
Thanks for giving me these boots.
you're welcome.
Anyways, I grabbed the gem.
Anyways, I casually leap 30 feet in the air and grab the gem, no problem. Not even a fraction. You made me use a fraction of my power. Look what they can do with a fraction of my power.
You, big bad evil.
To be fair, Bungus, I will say, I've been listening back through the old sessions, if you can't tell, and there was a session early on where you made a deal with the Babadook to get boots, and he never delivered on them, and then you got them now.
That's fair.
So technically, Bungus has been tasting mint this whole time, just nothing but mint.
Yeah, I forgot that was
Fuck,
a
I forgot
curse, the
about
thing that he had.
Yeah. I had totally forgotten about that too. But you did deserve some boots, so you got the cool boots eventually.
Eventually. Super OP move.
Yeah, and you no longer taste mint.
Yes!
It like didn't even register at first because you were so used to the minty aftertaste that it didn't bother you anymore. But now that you've like made this conscious awareness, you're like so stoked. Anyway, you guys currently need to get the heart-shaped box down to the room that you are in. What is your plan?
Well, they're gonna have to help us rebuild that ship, anyways. Yes. Yeah. I'm going to ask Tommy if he can go get our friends.
All right. So you all just pop out. So you go. Describe to me what you're doing. You're like 4 layers down from where Tommy is. So.
It's been a while. I can't remember.
No, there was a key that Yo- yeah, that
Well,
Yogu had to vent for.
I mean, don't you know that's a very common rule. If you're in somebody's home and you find keys, you are allowed to go into that room if the key unlocks that room. The water was already in here.
Whoa!
Well, there's water in the library. That's probably not a terrible idea. And if anybody needed to prepare any spells that they may want for the next day, that would be entirely something they could do. Like,
Yogu's he's already asleep at this point, to be honest.
Nox.
Yep.
You should
As you guys are coming back through Daedalus's personal study, I would like to reiterate some things that you weren't here for. One, it was pretty clear that there was some kind of struggle, like going through Daedalus's room that ended up in the fire pit that was eventually blocked off and had a bunch of water and shit. There was a whole puzzle there. But as you're looking through, there were footprints involved, and if you look at the footprints, you think one of them belonged to Von Baron.
Lead to a wall. Is there a hidden door?
There was a hidden door, but you're coming out of where that hidden door was.
Oh,
So.
okay. Is that where his footstep was leading, or?
Yes, his footstep was leading to the room that had all the portals.
Yeah, that's a dwarf boot right there. Did we check all the portals?
well, where's the bunny?
Can you tell me about this now? As I'm nowhere near the portals? Go back and look at that.
You pop through. We can just flash back to when I said I did say you were the one that was like, this was my shop or whatever. We can. Yeah, I did say that Nox was the one that recognized it. But
Yeah, give me a flashback.
yeah, so for your flashback, you pop through and the shop has basically been completely abandoned. It was just on the outside of Ulcaster before, but there's no sign of any life. All of the machines and homunculi that were there, like, just laying on the ground, dead, empty. The magic is pretty gone from the place, and nature has started to like reclaim this little building after 2 years. There is no sign that Von Baron was living there.
Or that he was there like previously within the 2 years.
I mean, things are moved around a lot, but you can't tell if like somebody was here, if there were just squirrels playing with stuff. I will say one of the important details that you were reading in this book, in this very long time that you were balls deep in this book, is Von Baron spent a lot of time talking about one of his getaway homes. It specifically said, the old estate in New Bunkeldore is a great place to, like, get away and hide at what times when I need it.
Bunkeldore in Dwarfland?
New Bunkeldore. But yes,
Is New Bunkeldore in Dwarfland?
New Bunkeldore is in Dwarfland.
Which is currently being invaded by people looking for the Mountain Heart.
It's being invaded by Udroth, right?
New Bunkeldore is in New Bluff. So the part that was being invaded by Udroth is the northern part. The southern part is at war, but not as,
Not as that one.
Yeah.
At a different dwarven place from the dwarven place I stayed
Bluff's
at.
actually grown in size, I think. Yeah. New Bunkeldore is in New Bluff.
So I know where I gotta go next.
Mm-hmm. Or not New Bunkeldore. Shit.
I was paying attention. You didn't say it.
No, New Bunkeldore was the other place. No, fuck, it's not New Bunkeldore. It's Dogbuldir. Fuck.
Now that is familiar.
Shit. New Bunkeldore is also a place. My bad. Shit, my bad. It is Dogbuldir, not New Bunkeldore. New Bunkeldore is in the north.
Dog here.
Yeah.
Fungus's hometown.
I could have sworn those two towns were reversed. My bad. It is... The new year is started. It is spring.
Is it different in the southern hemisphere versus the northern? Well,
Yeah.
I'm just saying, if we have all these portals, then we can theoretically go. No,
I...
got it.
Are they?
What do you mean the whale is going north for the winter, and so everything's in the southern? Does everything shift when the whale goes south?
No,
Hmm.
you have a good train of thought there, and I really don't want to shit on it, but my genuine thought was that the whale is high enough up in the air to where it isn't really affecting it. And he's just kind of got a hunting pattern that he goes on. I
I like to think it's tied to what
have
Jesse said.
just now. No, I just now had the like click of, oh shit, northern and southern hemisphere, the fucking like seasons are flipped. And so that the world has not been designed around the idea that the northern and southern hemisphere experience seasons at different times. That should be fine, but
Well, it seems like it's a fantasy world. It doesn't have to revolve around real world rules.
yeah. So it doesn't have to, but it does make sense if the southern hemisphere is the one where the seasons are based around, because the old world is in the southern hemisphere. Yeah, I recognize that's what you were thinking, but in my thoughts, this was the whole world.
Are they called North and South and East and West, or is it they're a different term?
Yeah, they have north, south, east, west, because I'm not making up fantasy cardinal directions and making you use those. It is early spring, which means it's early fall in the northern hemisphere. You guys have not spent very much time in the northern hemisphere at all, though.
It's the worst hemisphere. Why would
you guys are bordering on the northern hemisphere right now? I guess you guys are in the northern hemisphere right now, but just barely. Sprima. First month.
Good.
Goldie.
I like that plan, especially two whales, two plans. And we can take care of Bungus's family ailments.
Gotta figure out where they're brewing my family's brew. I must get my revenge. So there's there's a portal to new Dog Bowl Deer.
No, there is no portal to Dog Bowl Deer, but
Okay.
Nox gets the idea that if Von Baron is alive, he would have run off to Dog Bowl Deer. You have one in Archel and one in Olcaster. Which Archel is in New Agria. That is exactly where you started. You have not been back to Archel. If only you had a flying
Get the flying boat ready.
Hunt a whale. Should we get harpoons for the
You did. The ship has torpedoes. Yeah. Yeah, they were.
No, they absolutely would. You fly above the thing you're trying to fight, and you just drop them like bombs.
That very much could work. I don't see why it wouldn't.
Could a wizard cast fly on the torpedoes? And no, willing creature.
You
Yeah.
could just mage hand and carry it.
Are these 10-pound torpedoes? 2 mage hands. Over these next few weeks, I will be learning be working on the magic initiate feat.
Or telekinetic. No, the telekinetic feat just gives you an invisible mage hand, and
That sounds right. So how are we gonna rope
Captain, what do you think?
well, I've already voiced my opinion, so
Marty?
Yeah.
Captain, what do you think?
What are we considering?
Haven't been listening.
mutiny.
They are considering mutiny right now. Anyway.
The captain has decided.
The captain has decided. What are we doing, Captain Damien?
We're going to convince the Warforged to help us by coming up with a convincing lie.
What is your convincing lie?
While he was drunk in the middle of the night, Bungus tripped through this door, and he found this room behind a piece of glass. Oh, wait. No, we didn't convince them to help us with the submarine. But the plans were also down here. Sticking with that lie. Yep. Bungus was sleep drunk.
Bungus
He was sleep drinking, and he fell in here. And for some reason, while he was sleep drinking, he decided to go for a dip because he saw a bunch of water behind the glass wall. It tracks.
Anybody interject?
I mean, that sounds like the best idea so far.
I mean, don't.
But didn't they tell us explicitly not to come here?
They did.
I like that idea. Also think we should throw in something about hearing leaking water in the room behind the door, and we're concerned about
Drip.
we heard the
Perlin. Perlin, at the mention of there being running water, you do remember there was one specific robot who was very particular about getting water on the books.
Oh, right. Or oil.
Yeah.
aren't there some floating books
gross
in here?
finger you. There were a lot of books in there that you were just chucking in the water.
Yeah, so we could just say we found it like this. We came in here, we heard the water, so it was like, oh, we knew that there was an issue with you didn't want the books to be ruined, so we found the key and came in here and dealt with it ourselves. You lost a couple books, I'm sorry, but we dealt with it.
We're the good guys here.
A lot of water ran in, but most of it went down the stairs to the restricted section, so it's okay.
Fenice is very upset.
I think you got a rat problem. Rats are.
But don't worry, we left some peanut butter in the water. We're hoping it will drown the rats. Quentin's trying to be super still, I think. Or he's just like, oh god. Yep, super still.
He's not frozen.
I know. I see him move a little bit.
I was trying so hard.
It's so hard.
It really is. I was like, how long do I have to keep this up until they believe it? No, Jesse's doing it. It doesn't work like that, Jesse. I saw your eyes fucking move as you were looking for which screen.
Well, it's the problem with the backgrounds too. The backgrounds do their own movement, so even if you're being super still, like there will be like a little bit of a. Would you call that an artifact? Like that little glowing next to Jesse's face right there.
Yeah. Or like how Jesse is still jittering like between two different pixels and stuff, and his eyes keep going all over the screen. Anyway, so you guys run back up, and you're just gonna. What exactly are you? As you come out of Daedalus's room, you see Ptolemaeus and Eratos, the museum guy and the main curator, and Ptolemaeus greets you and he says, "And what were we doing in there?"
We were soaking up some water. It seems like there was some sort of leak in the room. It's really bad. Somehow seawater got in the room. And the books were drowning. Just, we had to like resuscitate them.
Roll a group deception check.
With advantage?
Everybody can have advantage, sure.
Yes.
Do I have to make them believe the Tooth Fairy is real?
The Key Fairy.
Key Fairy.
I am fine with Roger's roll. Truly balanced.
So 2 nat 20s. I'm missing Yogu.
Oh, I didn't realize Yogu was going for that.
Yeah.
Deception?
Anyone.
There's a fucking 31.
Yes, Yogu remembers the water, and there was a fish, and Yogu ate the fish, and it was delicious.
I'm sorry, how did you say you got in there? The key. You found a key. It was under the Noxus pillow?
Yeah, I lost a baby tooth.
Ah. Yes, the Fae of the Teeth. They're very strange and disturbing creatures. I have several books about them. You don't want to know what they do with the teeth afterwards. It's very upsetting. Anyway, I am not supposed to go in that room, and neither are any of the other machinations. I'm impressed that you managed to garner access, but yes, I see a tooth fae managed to give you the key somehow.
As the new owners of this room, we give you permission to enter. And I'm allergic.
I suppose the master has been gone long enough. I should probably... Ptolemaeus snaps his fingers, and you see a bunch of, like... It's like the fucking Beauty and the Beast. There's just, like, a bunch of mop buckets and stuff, like, hopping their way in there. Little homunculi that are just... mops and brooms and whatever that are made to clean up the place. And they start flooding the room. And he says, be our guest, be our guest.
Yeah, they're singing.
Yeah. Ptolemaeus looks a little somber about it, and he says, I guess I've been keeping it sealed off since the master's been gone. We're not supposed to have emotion and attachments, but I do miss him sometimes. As much as one like me could.
Or just bottle them up inside and just try not to feel anything. Personally, that's what I do.
I'm going to go with that one. Definitely with that one. Anyway, I suppose it's fine that you're there. Why not?
While we have you, what were you saying, Roger? Oh, I was saying, could somebody retrieve boys from up above? We need them and also your assistance with repairing our submarine. We found apparently some unfinished works in the library in here.
Well, it's kind of funny you mentioned it. I assumed you would already want that, so I had already sent some of the scouting units, that's what they called them, up to retrieve them. Or traumatized.
By the
Cutting away at the base of the heart-shaped box, there's a knocking on a like thick metal door, and 3 of the scouting units stand before as Kymil and Vorhaus both open, guns drawn. The scouting units wave and try to casually explain that they're there to take them to a library or whatever, but none of your crew believe this.
Okay, can we cut to us controlling them and fighting an onslaught of scouting droids? Wave after wave until the preset kill limit had been reached.
Alright, yeah, sure, let's do that.
Okay.
I
mean, I'm into it if that's what you want to do. I just wasn't sure what,
I'm just trying to think, can I set this up? So how many named crew do we have?
I don't think we have that many left.
We have... Okay, so we have
Is Mori still
Kymil.
alive?
We have Kymil. We have 5 named crew. We can give one more a name. That'll be fine. But we have Kymil, Vorhaus, Gunny, Morty, and Gnome10 right now. Those are our 5 named crew members. So everybody pick one.
I'll be Morty.
I can be Gnometon.
Damn
we're
it.
not actually doing
I want to know it.
We're not actually. We're not actually doing that. But
This is our last stand.
after. Oh wait, we do have a 6th named one. We have Hogarth.
Oh yeah.
Although Hogarth would be the one that eventually explains, like, no, these are my friends. I know them.
Just last on initiative.
Yeah. Eventually, they all buy in, and they follow them down, bottle up the ship, carry it down. Kymil is very disturbed by the gap in the chasm to go down the well, but the robots tap the wall and a staircase appears. And they, as you guys are like crawling into bed in the tavern, your crew enters the tavern and greets you all.
I'm trying to sleep.
Gnome10 immediately rushes to the fucking barkeep and like starts begging for food because they apparently ran out of food yesterday.
I need to look at the rations. I guess I'm not there, so I'm not going to look at the rations.
It's always me with these guys, isn't it? Need food. What's next? Then you get paid.
Well, we might have been bored eating.
You're literally the worst.
You left us there! You left us! He left us!
Did any of these gates down here lead to a deserted island, or nah?
None led to a deserted island.
Damn it.
One was supposed to, but I think I made it leave to mainland Agria instead.
Well, hear me out. We can make it a deserted island.
What do you mean by that?
Most of these are on most of these are continents.
War crimes on a continental scale. After all, we can drop Bungus from 800 feet in the air.
Yeah, Bungus is a nuclear warhead at this point.
The kobold shall live in fear no longer.
Alright. We can make it a deserted island. The scariest sentence I've ever heard in my life.
I love that.
Yeah.
Rob me.
I am still just like pondering, what if Roger actually died right there?
It'd be a little upsetting.
It would be.
That'd be such an anticlimactic way to go.
Yeah.
You
start your turn in it and you die. No save. Like, if Matt did not roll the min roll that would save you, like, pop open Bag of Devouring, because it is way more broken than I realized.
So, hear me out. Should we go after Kensington right now and grapple him into the bag of devouring?
Wait a minute. That's genius. What if we position the bag of devouring right above or below a tree? And then I make a portal and we push him into the portal.
We've got our plan.
Yep. No save, no coming back. That was that was as close as we've gotten to a death since the incident.
The incident.
I would have been so sorry. Anyway, you guys all tuck in bed for the night. You wake up the next morning with some new spells prepared.
Yes. What spells am I preparing that we need? The transport via plants?
You don't have to. That was just like a in the moment spell.
Yeah.
I don't know if we need it right now. You don't have to prepare anything. We were just razzing you.
But, so, with your crew in, the heart-shaped box is now set up in the other thing. Nox and Eratos, or not Eratos, Euclid, Nox and Euclid, are, and then some of the other random service drones are going to go work on the heart-shaped box, try to get it flying. Everyone, including Nox, you will definitely have some downtime. This is probably going to take about 2 weeks of work. What do you want to do in the library or in any of these easily accessible areas in the meantime while you're waiting for your ship to be upgraded?
I am going to read Manual of Gainful Exercise.
All right.
I assume those books are exhausted after being read, right?
Right.
Canonically, what happens to them?
They burst into flames and are reduced to ash.
Oh, nice.
The Manual of Golems.
What if we, I don't know. It's kind of not useful now, but it'd be funny if you actually utilized that fire to your advantage at some point.
Which fire?
The fire
that
from the
appears
book
when you read the
combusting.
book.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I think we have better spells, but it would just be too fun. Just imagine we get put in jail and it's like, oh, come on, don't take my book. That's not a weapon.
I will remind you, there were some other items you were trying to sneak away from the museum.
Oh, yeah. Well, I think they made a deal with us, right? He said we could take more stuff.
You tricked him, or you definitely conned him. You asked Dad, and Dad said no, and then you asked Mom, and Mom said yes.
Actually, we told Mom that Dad had already said yes, and now
Yeah.
we're trying to go back on his deal.
Yeah.
That tracks.
And Mom believed it.
Yeah, so you didn't have the other songbird.
Also, I think Mom and Dad are getting divorced because of us.
Yeah. Ptolemaeus is just like, honey, my relationship with Eratos was on the rocks for quite some time before you came.
Wait, the Ptolemaios is here saying that we lied. That was out of character, yes.
They also had the goggles of night and a cloak of the manta ray.
What did the
Cloak of the
manta ray
manta-
close to? Yeah.
And breathe underwater.
Dang, that would have been nice.
Yeah, I maybe had thought that somebody already had that.
So here's my thought. We have the guy who's normally in that room help us with fixing the boat, and we just take the things while he's working on fixing the boat. Indefinitely, I assume.
Oh, good.
Perlin, roll a wisdom save. Sure, yeah.
Oh, so roll insight?
Yeah, roll insight.
Checks out.
It's a really good insight. It's still a really good insight check, but not beating a 27. Yeah. Yeah, all bets are off.
When you
You know
can lie real good, reality just bends around you.
Clearly. All right.
Roll a deception on that.
You guys managed to convince Ptolemaios and Eratos to help them, and Perlin, you have the museum to yourself. Yeah,
Okay,
you're
so
allowed.
Whatever
we wanted
you
the
want.
manta
Whatever
ray
you want.
suit. What else did we want?
There's, as you're poking around, you see the goggles of night, cloak of the manta ray. There's a drift globe, a deck of illusions, and
Oh my
then
God.
there is
Oh,
a section that has 3 different things. It's missing one, but they were labeled bag of tricks, bag of holding, bag of devouring. And the bag of tricks and bag of holding are still there.
My goodness. It's a lot of things.
Yeah.
Wait, what was requested by people?
Night
Anything?
vision goggles and the cloak of the manta ray.
Okay. I'll try to reach in and pull the cloak out.
As you reach in and pull out the cloak, your hand just kind of slips right through the glass like it's not even there. You grab the cloak comes out, and it's now in your hand. It looks like a manta ray. It's kind of badass. Who's getting that?
Nice. What
Does
does
it
the deck
require
of illusion
attunement?
do?
The deck of illusions? Lots of things.
Can I use it to steal money from other people while gambling?
It is the kind of thing that it's got X number of cards. You draw a card, a thing happens based on that card.
How many times do I get to draw a card? Forever?
Oh, this is inside a box. Decks found usually missing 1d20, 1 cards. The magic of the deck functions only if the cards are drawn at random. Yeah,
Like
okay.
scale?
Yeah. Yeah.
It could still be handy. Right. Imagine in another naval battle, you could get someone to, You could screw up their plans pretty bad if a dragon's flying at them. How far can the illusion go? Oh, 120. Well, it's not that far. I mean, it's good for most other things, but maybe not the naval battle. I see. So I could leave it somewhere and get further away from it. Oh, that card can't be used again. So you only get each of these one time.
Mm-hmm.
So if I'm dead set on finding the dragon, I might like burn half the deck looking for it.
I'm imagining Perlin is just like really uncomfortable while doing this, like it's his first time at a sex shop or something, and he's just like trying to grab things but be like really subtle about it.
No, I was convincingly told that I'm allowed to. Ferlin doesn't have to have any guilt.
Perlin has no guilt. Okay. Perlin has no guilt or shame.
I
And
actually
yes.
appreciate failing the insight check because I know they probably would have talked me into it anyway, but now I don't have to worry about it. Exactly.
Ignorance is bliss. Ignorance
All
gets you a pass on wrong deeds, right?
Right. If I get caught, I'll just be like, well, have you considered how gullible I am, though?
I am gullible.
All right, I'm definitely taking the deck of illusion.
All right, and then Drift Globe, which reading it is just a worse version of the float stones I gave you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we can leave that.
Yeah. And then there's the bag of tricks and bag of holding as well, if you want those.
We have a bag of holding already, right?
Yeah, but it's
Different.
so yeah. The bag of
I
holding
see.
is essentially taking a spot for Nox's character.
Okay, I can take that then.
All right, and you want the bag of tricks?
What does that do?
Fun stuff. It's kind of like the bag of holding, but fun. Object that you can put things on and like 3D print a copy of it.
Or just some item could technically be interpreted to let us duplicate, and we're like, no, you can't change it now.
Oh man.
Yeah, I'll take the bag of tricks too.
I'm interested in the bag of tricks. That sounds fun.
Yeah. Are other people able to see this? Oh, wait, I have two.
Yeah, everybody should be able to see the bag of tricks. Why would you have two
Wait.
bag of
All right, what color is my bag of tricks?
The Alexa, pick a number 1 to Echo. Pick a number 1 to 3. You have a gray bag of tricks.
Okay.
Weasel, giant rat, badger, boar, panther, giant badger. You have 2 different badgers: dire wolf and giant elk.
Just think, if it had been tan, I could have had giant weasels.
Oh no. Not the giant weasels.
Also, Rust has goat and giant goat.
Oh, that's the best one then.
Yes.
Ah. Okay. So, in this time, Perlin, you've done your free shopping trip, grabbing
Yes.
all of these.
Is it possible to
fun
rename
goodies.
the bag of tricks to be gray? I'm just trying to figure that out.
I'll do it.
Okay, thank you. Just so I don't forget.
Grey, bag of tricks. Save. There you
Thanks.
go.
I have a lot of stuff now. I'm going to put it all in my bag of holding.
In the meantime, you've all done this. You're reading up at the library, studying on whale migration patterns, studying what giant whales eat. You do know that Melvi seems to be a macroraptorial sperm whale. So it's not a filter feeder. It seems to be more of an active hunter, if it eats anything, because it's kind of a god. But so you're just kind of doing your research, figuring everything out, finding maps of New Bluff and Dogbull Deer. Blah blah blah. So when we come back next week, what is the plan?
So I guess after this, when we come back next week, will the ship be done?
The ship will be done. Yeah, the ship will be done. We're doing a two week time skip.
Okay.
Build a nuclear bomb.
You're not building a nuclear bomb. We're not doing that. I'm putting a hard no on.
Could we rig
I'm
the
making
bag
a
of
deserted
holdings?
island.
Well, the science works on a nuclear bomb. You just really have to.
I know. I've seen plenty of things where people are like, "Oh, my artificer described how they would make a nuclear bomb, and I couldn't tell them no." I am God. I describe how physics works in this world, and no, Nox cannot create a nuclear bomb.
But couldn't we just use fucking churches to create an infinite amount of heat?
I'm sorry, I missed the first half of that, but I did hear an infinite amount of heat and whatever the fuck the first half was. No, you cannot create an infinite amount of heat.
So instead of a large explosion, we just need to create an insane amount of pollution to where the island becomes uninhabitable. We don't even have to do it on this island. We can do it on another island.
We'd have our own island.
What island are you doing this to?
When you have like a polluted
You don't
island,
do this. There are deserted islands that you can have.
but we want that one.
Which one?
The continent we were coming out on the portal.
Susta?
Yeah,
Fucking-
we want it.
One of the largest islands on the planet?
Yeah, it's out.
Yes.
It's
You
ours
want
now.
to fucking genocide the Ganassi?
Maybe.
Yeah, it's fine. What are their how do they feel about kobolds? Answer that question, and I'll answer you how I feel about that.
Ganassi are kind of detached from the New World races, so
Exactly. Nobody will care if we eradicate them.
Yeah, just like Switzerland.
the Ganassi are kind of like the Irish in a way, is how I would describe them.
Now, if I put a bag of holding inside another bag of holding, but inside that bag of holding, I flip the other bag of holding inside out,
Then you toss
and then the
it.
outer one inside out, does this create a black hole?
I think you crashed the game at that point.
I think you crash roll 20 and then we all go home.
No, are we gonna go to Dog Boldier?
I think that
Yeah.
that was my
yeah.
intention. Was that Dog Deer searching for Von Baron and the bar? This was the railroad I'm laying out in front of you guys.
You.
Okay, you do know from your chart it's going to be early spring, and the whale is going to be much further north. All right. You did say hunt the whale first, and then the other things, and I wanted to clarify you want to do the other things first, and then hunt the whale. Okay. Yes. Okay. Just clarifying. So, Dogbull Deer is next. That was essentially where I had planned to. We have another 10 minutes, and I don't have any more explicit content, but if we want to stick around and chill. I don't know. I don't know what to say now. Yeah, I also feel like we're kind of at a good stopping point. We can use anyone who wants can use the last 10 minutes to read this week's Mango chapter.
I'll do that.
Yeah. Did you read the other ones?
Did I?
Yeah.
I read the first one.
He's skipping to chapter 3.
Well, I'm